UK party leader Kemi Badenoch vows to take tough stance to control immigration. And now to the news in full. Kemi Badenoch, the Conservative Party leader, has vowed to take a tough stance on immigration, warning that the UK cannot sustain the current levels, really, and you enter through the same immigration. Abi, how did your parents get to the UK and give birth to you in UK or whatever? Abi, was it not when you were 16 years old that they said you traveled to the UK? So the same process that you used to get to the UK, and now you have the opportunity to be a politician in UK, you want to block it. You want to take a stance on immigration. Really, wow. Wow, people are not to be trusted in this country. And Nigerians, we don't love ourselves most of the time. And I'm a Yoruba person, but most Yoruba people, they like to sabotage their own people. They really like to sabotage their own people because you want to take a stance, a tough stance on immigration. And probably that was the way your own parents too got to become UK citizens. And now you want to take a stance on it. Really. Because you're now their political citizen. And you think, oh, you have to do everything to make sure that they see you in a good light. Or you don't think that they will say, oh, this person that is doing this for our own people. Do you think they will trust you by doing that? You are working, Abi, so that they will say you are working. Okay, she acknowledged that the party hasn't done enough to curb immigration numbers in the past and plans to set a hard annual cap on legal inflows, although she didn't specify what that cap would be. Badenoch emphasized that politicians need to prioritize the needs of British citizens before considering how to help others. Really? Hey, Nariwa, wonders shall never end. Wonders shall never end. If other people have prioritized the need of British citizens before considering to help others, would you have been a conservative leader today? Would you have had the opportunity to even be living in UK, talk less of being a politician in that country? Would you have? Would you have the same way that you entered? You now want to block it for other people? Really? That is not nice. I supported you, I like you, but with this, no, it is not a good thing. She expressed concerns that the current pace of immigration is too fast to maintain public services and make it challenging to integrate people from radically different cultures. The Tory leader, according to Mail Online, also predicted that new official figures will show a reduction in immigration numbers after measures introduced by the previous government. However, she stressed that more needs to be done to address the issue. More things like what? What exactly are you planning to do? To sabotage your own people just because, you don't want to, or probably some people offended you in Nigeria before you travel down to the UK, and now you don't think that there are some other people like you that would also want to leave the country because of the bad situation of Nigeria, and now you want to block it. You want to take a tough stance. Really? Now wow, people too do. Some people they too do. It is well, Badenoch comments come as she seeks to take a firmer stance on immigration, an issue that has been a key concern for many voters in the UK. Immigration is at a pace too fast to maintain public services and at a rate where it is next to impossible to integrate those from radically different cultures. It is time to tell the truth. For decades, the entire political class of this country has presided over mass migration. We ended free movement, but the system that replaced it is not working. Mail Online quoted her to have said, she really said that. Ms. Badenoch said that the Tories had to learn from our mistakes. We may have tried to control numbers, but overall we did not deliver. The previous set of figures in May showed not long-term migration. The number of people moving to Britain, minus those leaving, dropped from a record 764,000 in 2022 to 685,000 last year. Experts said it was driven by fewer foreign students arriving as well as more people emigrating, but noted that immigration remains unusually high and above pre-COVID levels. But when you immigrated, it was not like that though. Now you are there and now you are a politician. You now want to block your people from entering. No wahala. Further falls are expected this year after minister restricted the number of family members that migrants can bring to live with them. It is well, oh, people, you can't trust them. You don't. Fine, you've had your fair share of Nigerian government. You've had you have things that upset you about being in Nigeria, but that does not mean that you should now block ways for people like you that had the same issues like you did, and you now want to block them from entering. Eh? Nobody's saying you should not take a tough stance on immigration, but don't try to. If these people are not complaining about it, don't try to be a stumbling block, because you're also in Nigeria. So why do you want to stop people from coming into UK because of what? Eh? Literally says she's just a willing tool, trying so hard to get validation before her masters. Low self-esteem. Really? At this point, that is what it looks like. It might not be low self-esteem, but she's trying so hard to get validation before the people that made her a conversative leader. And it's not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to be so. If you make that kind of decisions against your own people, they will not trust you whether you like it or not. It is the truth. Victor Wise says Nigerian government should take the same measure. Secondly, UK government should allow Biafra people to have their own freedom. I wonder why they have to take permission from the UK before they give Biafra their freedom. Why? Why can't the president just give Biafra people their freedom? Are we still under UK? Are we still in the slave trade era? Are they still our, what is it called, slave masters, that they have to take permission from them before they give Biafra their freedom? It is well. Douglas Godia says she should better advise UK government to take actions on her parents from Nigeria who are suffering humans like non-living things in her biological home first before looking for a position of Prime Minister. Lostone says she no go win. What if she wins? What if she actually wins? And you want to block road for your people, and because you have entered, you have become Prime Minister, so you think it's okay for you to block your other people that are going through the same thing that you probably have gone through in Nigeria, in the hands of police, in the hands of the government. You want them to continue to suffer it when they have the opportunity to run outside. It's not good though. Ebuga Haruna says UK economy will collapse without the input of immigrants. Why? Because a good number of employees and investors in the UK are immigrants. True, most of the workforce that they have, they are Nigerians, and it is the truth. It will collapse the economy. If you put in place stringent measures to drastically cut the numbers down, you will suffer huge loss. Your higher educational institutions are already shaking. Thus, weigh the pros and cons of this measure before you decide on the course of action. I hope so. I hope that she weighs that decision very well. Ben Ugwoke says she should start with herself, Abi, because you're also an immigrant. You're an immigrant, so you want to block road for others. I don't understand. Now, wow. Newsfresh says, typical example of once you enter, close the door. And that is wrong. It is wrong. That is a really bad thing. It is selfish. Really selfish. And you think those people will continue to trust you? They will not. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.